Howdy y'all, I am Tricia, Texas lady. Welcome to my channel. And here is my sweet cream or sweet corn casserole. My chicken and rice with almond. I got 14 little circles out of this. Oh my gosh, that's what. And here we are. So good and yummy. Oh my gosh. I gotta get this hot. And you know what I forgot on my plate? I think some sausage. Oh my gosh, it's so delicious. Hot, delicious. Isn't that cute? And there, that's the finished one. I wish I had videotaped in there. Howdy everyone, this is Tricia, Texas lady, and welcome to my channel. Tonight I'm going to be making you some Bistek Ranchero. That is a ranch style chuck steak, and I'm just going to tell you what the ingredients are so we can get going on this real quick. This is a beef chuck steak, and it is cut fairly thin, as you can see in there. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to cut it into little thin strips. You can see it's got some marbleization and some fat in there, and I want that for flavor. I'm going to be using some vegetable shortening. You can use vegetable oil. If you prefer, you can use your olive oil. The other ingredients that I'm going to need are very simple. I'm going to be using about half an onion, and I'm going to chop it up. I'm going to be using 2 roma tomatoes, and they're pretty much medium size-ish, and I'm going to chop those up as well. I'm going to be using a fresh jalapeno, and I'm going to use about half of this jalapeno, and also I'm going to be chopping that up. And of course, I need 1 lime. I may use 2 limes. This is to help me tenderize the meat and give it a really nice little flavor. And that's basically all the ingredients, and I will be serving it with some rice and some black beans on the side. So let's come back and see what we can do. All right, so I've got my pan and I've got it all nice and hot. I've decided again to use my electric skillet so that I can have it here on the table with better lighting for the video. And I'm just going to take my steaks of bistek or thin chuck steaks, and I'm going to start cutting them against the grain into little strips like this. You can see about the size right there. That's what I'm going to be doing. Some of these came out like little bits like that because the meat was kind of sliced up in that little area. Anywhere I see these thicker pieces of, I don't know what they are, just a fat, this will look really thick. I'm just going to go ahead and remove that. Here's another little bit. All right. A little fat, take that off. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and continue cutting up my other piece and then the other steak that I have over here, and ready to put this onto our skillet. All right, what I've done is I've seasoned my meat. I didn't show you that. With some ground black pepper. I've used some salt, and this is just a Hawaiian black salt. You can use any salt you want. I've used some ground cumin or comino, and I've used some garlic powder. This is no salt, just powder. And then I squeezed 1 lime all over the beef, and now it's ready to go into the skillet, and I've got it at a medium to high temperature. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of my shortening to my skillet. I don't want that to fall in there. Let's get that in there. Melt that up. Now if you're using vegetable oil or olive oil, of course you don't have to wait for it to melt. You just let it get hot. And it won't take long because this is a pretty fast heating skillet that I've got here. Turn up the heat just a little bit. Set medium to high. And now I'm going to just toss in all my meat into that. And I'm just going to allow it to brown. So that's basically what you're going to do. It's very simple. Just let it brown. Give it about 4 minutes. Stir it around and let it brown on the other side. Okay? This thing keeps unplugging on me, so it keeps turning off. Let's make sure it's on. It sure is. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and let it do its thing. We'll be right back so we can chop up some little veggies. Okay, half an onion. And I'm just gonna remove the peel. And you can chop it up any way you want. People have their own way of doing it. Some people will tell you the right way, but sometimes the right way just doesn't work for some people. I just cut it into like a half a moon, put it on its flat side, and then just start chopping down like these half moon bits. Okay, and then I turn it around and then chop them so I get these little chopped up pieces. And try to get them all about the same size. That's going to get added into our meat while it's still cooking. Okay. Move them around a little bit. Sounds and smells good. Okay, who likes the sound of sizzling meat? I do. Okay, we're going to add all our onion into there. There we go. And we're going to let those onions cook and brown a little bit and get a little translucent while they're cooking in there. Okay, now we want to cut up some tomato. And just cut it up however you want. This is how I do it. Cut them in half and then into julienne type kind of bits. You can remove the inside if you don't like it. I don't mind it because it's nice and juicy and I want that in my meat. And then I just turn it around, just like I did with the onion, and chop it up into little bits, like about like that. Okay? Easy peasy lemon squeezy, which makes me want to squeeze another lime into that. Okay, let's get this tomato chopped up before I think of things to add. Now I'm going to add some jalapeno, but I'm going to add the jalapeno almost towards the end because I don't want to be crying with the, or coughing and choking with the cooking jalapeno. So I'm going to wait till almost the end. I'm going to put a lid on this. A little tiny bit of water to cause some steam. I'm almost done with my tomato. As you can see, I'm not a pro at this, but I still get it chopped. There we go, all chopped. And add it to my skillet. Now at this point you can add a little bit more seasoning to this if you like. What you added, you seasoned your meat and your meat has cooked and has locked in those seasonings. So if you want, you can add a little bit more of your seasoning. So I'm going to add some more pepper and some garlic and some of my comino. I'm not going to add any more salt because we're trying to have a low salt diet here, and I've already had to add salt to my rice and of course the meat when I seasoned it at first. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up some jalapeno, and you want to be very careful. I'm going to use half of it. Make sure you wash your hands or wear some gloves. I don't remove the vein or the seeds inside. I actually like that, so I like the heat from it. It's up to you. So that means I'm actually handling it a lot less. And just chop it up into little pieces. But like I said, I'm not going to add it yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a tinge of water, a little drop of water into this, and then I'm going to cover it. So let's get that. Just a little bit of water. so we can create some steam in there. I'm going to cut up another lime and add the juice of that. So that's 2 limes actually now that I'm using. The acid in the lime helps to cut and tenderize the beef, in case you're wondering, besides the yummy flavor. I think I mentioned that earlier. I'm not sure. Okay. All right, so we're going to cover this up, let it cook. Keep checking it, make sure it doesn't, the water doesn't dry out or evaporate on us. We can add a little bit more if needed. I'm going to wait till about another 8 minutes, and it's 6:25 right now. So I'm going to check it in about 8 minutes, and then I'm going to add the jalapenos in there, allow them to cook, cover it up for another couple of minutes or so, and then check my meat and make sure it's nice and tender the way I want it. And then that'll be it, and we'll be right back. All right, it's been 8 minutes. I'm going to uncover this. Give it a little bit of a stir, and while I'm at it, I'm going to squish down at the tomato because I want the juices from the tomato to come out and create that nice little tomatoey gravy we want in there. Awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to add the jalapeno peppers that I chopped up earlier. I've already washed my hands, so I don't want to touch them again. So just do this however you can, carefully. All right, there we go. And now I'm just going to stir them in. That looks really pretty. I'm going to taste test one of these little tiny pieces of meat because I want to make sure it's tender. Oh my God. It's tender. The only thing I would say is that it needs a little bit more salt, which I didn't want to add, but I feel it needs it. So just a pinch and spread it out. And then I can individually add a little bit more salt once I have it on my plate, but I probably won't. Okay, so now we just want a couple more minutes. The water is basically evaporating out of there. It was still kind of liquidy. And we don't mind that at all. This is what it looks like up close. Steaming hot. Beautiful. Okay. Just a couple more minutes. And this will be ready. Just letting it ooze together with that jalapeno. And we'll be back to serve. All right, this is the Bistek Ranchero, already nice and cooked in our skillet. That's my dog barking. Never mind her. She just loves to bark at every little noise she hears. And she's a good guard dog. So there we go. That is what our steak ranchero looks like, finished in our skillet. All right, I'm ready to serve. I've got some rice and beans, a nice hot flour tortilla, and I'm going to serve up some of this Bistek Ranchero onto my plate, like so. There you go. Looks so pretty. You can put some lettuce here on the side, some shredded up lettuce, some pretty little tomatoes, and there you go. A beautiful plate, ready for dinner. Of course, if you like my recipe, let me know what you think. Leave some nice comments down below. Leave a link to your blog or video if you have that, and you'd like me to watch or read. Go ahead and put that down in the comments below. Give me a big old thumbs up. And as always, enjoy.